Hello, I am Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Trails of Fire. So in the previous episode we did a little bit of exploring, we needed some extra food and we found first few items, got first few level ups. Actually, during the previous episode I forgot to equip some items, so I equipped the shield that we found and also that medallion or whatever it's called, spirit fetish, so we now have the ability to summon husks and med souls. Today we will be heading finally in the direction where the main quest should be, or not should be, where it is, because this arrow does show exactly which way you want to go to find the main quest location. But we also have a secondary quest here. The party has rescued a rattling merchant from a group of bandits, so you want to go there as well. Actually, I didn't know that when you moused over the arrow, or it shows you how long it is going to take to get there. Can we see it here as well? No. Okay, but at least for the secondary quest, it shows you how long it's going to take. That's actually pretty good. But first, we'll actually go directly south. I decided to skip this location, and we want to check wherever this might be. It looks like some small village or a camp. Let's see. You enter curiously quiet settlement until you realize that almost all of the town folk are crowded in the main cobblestone square. You can just about make out a young female hybrid with her arms and head chained to the remains of a sturdy building. She is surrounded by a mob of rattlings who are throwing clumps of something foul-smelling at her. You get the impression that within the next half an hour the situation could escalate and end in bloodshed. Well, we have a description of a dragon here, so if you want to read that, you can do so. Actually, I'm not sure that I read the description of dragon myself. A mythical flying reptilian creature that can rain fire down from above. They are also believed to possess telepathic powers and can communicate with each other from afar. They are wild, proud, and aggressive, and legend has it that they can communicate with people. I read this one. Just wasn't sure. I think I tried this option before and it did nothing. It's not like when you choose one option that every time it has the same outcome. I think each option for every event has multiple outcomes and the game randomly picks one. So sometimes, or basically every time, it's worth trying the same option a couple of times, see what all the outcomes are. Now, how much money do we have? 53. So looking for a trader is probably a waste of time, since all that we'll be able to buy is one stack of food and that's it. I think I'll try this and see what happens. You're not entirely sure if this risky plan will work, but you act it out with as much gusto as you can muster. To make it even more convincing, you choose a forest edge on the edge of the town that is just about visible from the town square and collect together a large number of dead branches before setting it alight with a torch. You enter the square maniacally screaming dragon and pointing the fire in the distance. There is a mass panic and everyone flees the square. You reassure the hybrid before praising open her shackles. Oh, she survived. Last time I tried, she didn't survive. You reassure the hybrid before praising open her shackles and making your way back out of the town and where you enter. The hybrid offers her skills to you for saving her life. Nice. Yeah, last time I tried this option, it said that I'm too late, she was already dead. So this is just a confirmation that you can get multiple outcomes. But we got a laborer. I never had a follower, a laborer. Worker, +1 health restored when bedding down. Okay. That's not, like, super strong, but I mean, it's something. You want to get usually, how is it called? Hunter, I think. With the Hunter, you have 25% chance that every time you set up a camp that you get, or while you are resting, that you get a stack of food. So that one is pretty damn good. This one, I mean, sure, extra healing, it's always useful. Okay, let's go south a bit. We have what? We have 6 food. I think we have time. still to do a little bit of exploring. Judging by the broken slate headstones scattered around, it looks like you are in the remains of a human graveyard. Exploring the site, you notice a flat-looking pinkish rock kicking away some soil from around it. You realize it's an intact headstone made from an uncarved piece of granite. You wonder if you have stumbled across an ancient grave buried beneath the remains of a newer cemetery and now unearthed during the Cataclysm. Not sure that we had the option to read what the Cataclysm is, so again, please pause the video if you want to read it. And yeah, I think I'll dig up the grave in case these are indeed remains of some ancient burial site. We could get some interesting stuff here. After a while, you hear the disconcerting sound of steel and bone pushing away earth around the body using your bare hands. You discover a skeletal head dressed in an intricately designed helmet. Impenetrable wall is decent-ish. If you play a move card, deal 2 melee damage. Yeah, aggression, it's kind of meh. Iron Skin is decent. And most importantly, we get extra armor from this. Okay, well, it's free, so I'll take it. Usually I'm not a big fan of helmets because of the cards they give most of the time. I not exactly what I want, and because of that I get cards in my deck that I don't want to use most of the time. But, well, we can always just use them as a resource, so sure. And this early, it's actually pretty decent. Continue. We want to give our warrior as much armor as possible. I'm not sure that I explained these two, so let's quickly talk about them. You can actually read it. It explains itself. So extra armor means extra life. Let's say we had 13 life, with 7 armor, we are up to 20. And I think the way how it works is that the enemy have to first get through the extra life you get from armor before they really started hitting your actual hit points. So if we had 13 life and 7 armor, it will show 20 life on the battlefield, and until the enemies get you under 13, then after the fight you basically, like, it would mean you didn't take any damage, right? So it's like a nice buffer, so you can take actually some damage into hit points without being injured at the end of the fight. Anything else? Nope. Okay, I want to go even more to the south. And I want to then go or approach the quest location from the south. From the southeast, because if we approach it from from the northeast, that would be going through the village where we came from, and I don't want that. Here we'll have to. I'm not sure if I want to, and if I camp here, we'll only recover 15% stamina. It might be better to just go tired into this location, hope that we don't have to fight, and rest here, because that will give us 35%, I think, or 30% at least stamina recovered when we are resting in there. And there are 3 locations, okay, decent. Holy crap! Picking your way through the ruins of Remote Inn, you find a locked cellar with some of its contents still salvageable. Wow, this is one of the best ones that you can find. 3 food for free. Round the hammer, bash, and the other one is clash. 3 attack. Deals double damage if there is any defense or it's chilled. Most enemies have at least some defense, and you can almost always time it so that you get the bonus damage. So this is basically for 2 willpower, 6 damage, which is actually pretty insane. So, yep, I think that's a good one. Spark, I think we want to use Spark. Spark is actually pretty decent as well. Burning, you can read the description of burning in the description of the item. Here, character takes 3 damage at the end of its turn. So it's delayed a little bit, but because of the secondary effect that decreases the cost of the next card you play, Spark is actually quite decent. So that's a great loot. Food and 2 useful items for no investment at all. And we can now, actually first, before we rest, let's equip both. There's the tome and the round hammer. We have 2 weapons here already, right? I think I'll pass on the strike through and instead equip this one. And, oh, I can't... Here we have bash. Let me see who can use this. Everyone can use it, but probably not as a secondary weapon. Yep. This is just a direct upgrade to the wooden club. Just does the same thing. Plus it adds another card, another useful card. Oh, and one more thing, the quality, I forgot to show you that. So this means the higher quality weapons we have, the more redraws we have for every fight. So it's also quite important, checking the quality of weapons. I could use the club here, so we have the bash available. This card is actually quite decent. And I think I'll just pass on the crude spear. Sometimes the fact that it can pierce through the first target could be a disadvantage, because I think you can hit your own people with that. So let's just sell this one. And yeah, now you want to rest. Don't have to heal anyone. Let's check crafting actually. We don't have any, like, or too many crafting materials, nothing amazing. But we also don't have that many items, so you can maybe check if there is anything useful for us to craft. Don't care about stock. Leather jerkin, don't think we want that. Ranged weapons, don't care. Bracers, we could check bracers. Offensive stance. Quick step isn't bad. Needs 2 leather. I don't want to spend too many materials because what I'm saving up for is... Can I show it? Oh, let's check tomes first. Yeah, the investment is just too much. I don't want to spend 2 leather. This one isn't bad. Frostbolt is actually quite decent. Chilled is quite effective debuff. But still don't think it's worth the investment, because what I'm saving for is... You check shields. For this shield. That needs what? 1 leather... Yeah, until we have 3 leather, I won't spend that. And what we need here, the most important card, is Protector. Protector is insanely strong. Okay, no crafting. And we want to just rest. Good. Break camp. I equipped everything, so now we are heading here, and then we'll finally go west. Oh, there's some rats that we can kill. So what is this? The rain is not as deserted as it appears from a distance. You quickly come across a group of hybrid gathered around what must once have been the town square. The group seems in good spirits. Great roars of laughter and cheering can be heard as you approach. The group have turned the flat ground into a makeshift fighting pit, and 2 groups of hybrid battle furiously to amuse the crowd. So you can either wager on a battle, because we have a hybrid among us. Our warlord is actually a hybrid. We could try to use her to like figure out who should be the winner of the next fight. And there's also the option to fight, and the rewards are actually pretty good for fighting. It's around 100 crowns, I think. So we'll definitely do that, and of course it's experience, so I want to fight. You approach one of the hybrid and offer to fight. The organizer confirms the rules quickly. The battle is to the death, and the winner receives a portion of all bets placed. After an hour of preparation, you are squared off against the reigning champions, a group of scarred and dangerously looking hybrid. So what are we up against? 2 slavers and the brute. Yeah, brutes can be quite dangerous. So how are we gonna do this? How many movement cards do we have? Not too many. So I want to hide our elementalist as much as possible. We could just draw through the impenetrable wall, see if we get something better. I want defensive stance for sure. Wait, no, not this way. I think I'll just activate it here. Move. Use the clash to move, stack up, use defense. Discard, discard. You know what, I may as well use the impenetrable wall, see what we get. Yep, that was actually quite a good draw. End the turn. Having 2 defensive stances on the first turn, that's great. Oh, reeling is bad. That will force me to move. Or I mean, I don't have to move. I can just go show the way. Do we have defend? I don't think we need swipe, so I can hide here. Use block. And we want to use the husk, so we'll get rid of advanced swipe. Use the husk here, I think. It's just there to soak up some damage. What is the power they have? 1 willpower at the start of your turn, okay. Defend. Skip these 2 for some extra shielding. Damn it! Stop pulling my people out of the formation. Defend. I hope they don't have more attacks, but they're all going north. I really don't want to fight here. How far can I go from here? There. Oh, right, I can't go as far as I wanted to go. What do we want to activate? We need 1, 2, 3, 4. Activate. Prepare, activate Iron Skin. Discard defense, discard swipe. Move here. And honestly, I'm gonna hide the Elementalist. Please, no more reeling. Actually, this isn't that bad. Large advance, aggression. I definitely need to redraw, I think. That's a bit better. You want to start with the clash. Don't care about aggression, so I can use that to move. We won't be using swipe with the Elementalist, we won't be using cantrip with the Elementalist. So now we start with the clash, that's gonna be 6 damage. They will remove prepare, this is prepare as well. Can we get a kill? 3, 6, no. I'd have to use the spark to get a kill, but I won't have enough willpower for that, or will I? I may actually have enough. I'll just attack with the husk. Defend. And yeah, discard the spore. Okay, this is why the husk is here. It's fine, I guess. Okay, so where do we start? We want to start with the cold lightning. That's exactly what I didn't want. Needed this one to get the debuff. Then we have measured blow. How are we gonna do this? Let's start with the measured blow, I think. I don't think we need the defend for the warrior. 6 is enough. I'll get rid of the adrenaline. Use swipe. Redraw. Didn't get anything. So we can use the defend in the end. Okay, the husk is going down, but he did what he was supposed to do. Okay, this is all fine. Now we want to attack with the warrior for the extra damage. I need both attacks to kill the slaver. It's 3. Yeah. I don't think I'll need Marsh this time. Or if I want to hide the elementalist, maybe I could do it. 1, 2, 3. That's actually too far. How does it work? Magic damage. Magic at 2 to a target in 3 spaces and to 1 adjacent enemy. Actually, this would be a kill. Is it worth the investment? Then I can just do advance here, so that blocks the line of sight on the elementalist. Therefore, I don't have to move her anymore. I can do swipe, block, defend, next turn. Now we're gonna need Marsh. We don't need advance. Wait. You can just play Marsh right away. I'm still forgetting that we are getting free willpower right from the start. So, Marsh. Move. You definitely don't need advance. So we'll start with the clash. That's gonna be 7 damage. Can we do 8 more? We can do... We have 0. Then we play a card that affects... No, that's not what we need. No, I don't think we can do 8 damage this turn. that case, I'll just discard one card to make it more difficult for him to attack. And discard swipe to hide. Can I do 6 damage? I'm pretty sure I can. Okay. So what did we get? We got the level up. Let's start with that. Intensify, increase duration of all named effects. No, don't want that. Earth grab. I think Earth grab is a bit too expensive. Storm conduit, don't care about that. Guess we'll just get Windwalk. We didn't get what I wanted to get. Oh well, Windwalk is a direct upgrade for advanced, so might as well take it. Oof. 4 different 1 per square move. I think we want to give head rush to someone. Take all. Okay, despite being outsiders, the crowd still cheers your victory enthusiastically. Some hybrid come into the makeshift arena to slap you heartily across the back in congratulations. And after all bets are settled, the hybrid you spoke to earlier presents you with your winnings as well as some herbs to get you back on your feet. Well, the extra herb is really valuable. I think there are like 3 events maybe where you can get the herbs, except the main quest. So if you get a herb in one of like 15 events, you can still consider yourself lucky. This is a pretty good loot. We only got 49 coins, but I guess that's less than usual because we got the herb instead. So yeah, I'll take it. And let's keep going. Seems that these guys didn't notice us yet. Yeah, I won't be chasing them. You approach 2 gigantic rocks. One is upright and the other has toppled over, covered in scorch marks. As you get closer, you realize that the fallen rock has crushed an old tower and cleaved a crevice in the ground that looks large enough to climb into. Suddenly, a young, slightly bumbling human emerges from the crevice. Begins to speak. She seems relieved to see you and tells you that her master, a mage, had been in the tower when an aurora storm struck the rock, which toppled over. Yeah, I think here we want to offer her help. I tried the first option once, and I didn't like the result because she stole my food and ran away. But when we offer her help, there is in this case, there is a fixed outcome. I've never gotten anything other than just one outcome every time. And we get another follower this way. She tells you that you could help her by allowing her to join your group. She tells you she has learned many incantations from her master. So we allow her into our services. And there we go. Actually, they look the same, but it's a different follower. Sandra, apprentice, enables honing items as a camp activity. Honing item means if you have a card on an item that you don't like, you can remove it. But it has to be an item with more than one card. You can't just have an item with one card, removing that one card, and just have an item without the card. It doesn't work. She utters a few solemn words about the kindness of her former master, packs up her things, and joins your group. Continue. And I mean, we could do this fight. We still want to go a bit farther south. There's another fight down here. But they're running in the wrong direction. Come on, guys. Oh. Okay, fine. Because there are 2 locations, I will go this way. A group of hostile hybrids spot you traveling under the open sun. Fight. This time it's just 1 slaver, so it's just a easier version of the previous fight. How do we want to do this? We know that they have that stupid reel in, so we want to hide. Actually, this might have been a mistake. Let's... Actually, no, I can get rid of this and play the husk here. That blocks line of sight to the elementalist. Now, we can... I would like to use the spark. I also want to use defend, both of them, and I want to get the iron skin as well. I think I'll just discard it. Make sure that I get the iron skin up and use both defense. So what's it gonna be? I mean, this one can still use Brilliant from the north. Oh, just stay here. Okay, well, I'll wait for them. Maybe you can keep this one busy with the husk and try to focus on this one. Leadership. How are we gonna do it? Can we get the prepare? Do we need it even this time? We don't need swipe, that's for sure. 1, 2, 3. Swipe, bash. I think I'm just gonna redraw for advance. I'll pass on leadership. I'll pass on aggression. Aggression, that actually might be 1 card that I'll try to get rid of. We'll move. Again, I don't want to be in like line of sight. And start attacking 1. This time we don't have defensive stance up, so this here we could start taking damage. But if the warrior starts taking damage, we have quite a lot of armor. So and by armor I don't mean shielding. I mean armor. So we should be fine. Yeah, this is okay. They're ignoring the husk. Charge. Don't get anything from that. We have clash. Problem is this one doesn't have shield, so it's 3 damage, 4 to willpower, which is bad. But well, let's start here. That will draw us another card, and that will give us defensive stance. So Metzl is a bit too expensive. I want the defensive stance up. I think I'll redraw here. Another defensive stance. Two, 3. That's not enough damage. I won't be able to kill this one yet. Yeah, I want to use both these cards to get the defense from them. And also discard him. That was the option to use the magic missile, or how it's called, to do 2 damage to both of them, but that wouldn't give us the defense. Oh wow, 6 defense, holy crap. At least they're not attacking. And now we can use the clash. Well, let's discard these 2. Actually, I'll start with the Cold Lightning. Now I'm gonna use the clash, that's a kill. And 1 damage for this one. Yeah, looks good. Okay. Oh, what the hell is this? I've never seen this dagger. Jewel dagger. Melee attack 1, inflict exposed. Good. It's for free, that's important. Stab. 2 damage, doesn't cost anything. And Surging Strike is a heroic. Heroic is a card that... Is it in the description? Yeah, it is. Heroic. Heroic actions are removed from the battle after they are played and may never be duplicated. When you could discard or redraw a heroic card, is shuffled into your deck instead. So, one-time thing. You don't have to use it when you draw it. You can just like discard it and draw it again. But once you use it for its effect, then the card is removed for the rest of the combat. But they are usually pretty strong. So for 2, melee attack 3 at 2 damage per card already played this round. How many? It has to be played, so not discarded. But you usually play, I don't know, like 3 cards per turn. I mean, 4 cards, so this would be the 4th card, so it would be like 9 damage. And with the setup and stab, it could be more with these free attacks. Yeah, I think that's something we want to use. Take everything. And we want to get opening strikes. Perfect. This is so strong. 1 cost, melee attack 2. So far the same thing as a swipe. Just on top of that, then all other friendly characters draw a card. That's just ridiculous. This is so strong. Usually I'm trying to get like 6 opening strikes. And yeah, it works with leadership because it has effect on other characters. So when you have leadership, opening strike draws card to all your other characters and gives you another willpower. So it's like a free action that draws you 2 cards and deals 2 damage. That just, it's so strong. Don't care about the power shot. I never use that. Yeah, now we want to equip the dagger. Who gets it? Can you use it as a secondary? No, we can't use it at all. I want our elementalist rely on spells. Just stay somewhere in the corner, never get in melee range. Sometimes you could build an elementalist as like a melee character with some powers that support that. But in this case, I want her to be a caster, so I think in the end I'll give the dagger to our warrior, just replace the wooden club, I think. Okay, and we're gonna do this and then we're gonna make a cut in this episode. You enter a settlement that feels like it's been recently abandoned. You notice that a number of houses have black marks painted on the door. There is a man ahead wheeling a cart piled up with bodies. The doors with 3 horizontal black marks indicate that all the occupants have perished, whereas the black cross denotes an infected dwelling with occupants clinging on to life. You can hear coughing and cries of pain coming from numerous houses. Well, investigate a couple of empty houses. What could possibly go wrong, right? You fashion makeshift protective masks from a spare piece of fabric and push a couple of doors open with your feet. Unfortunately, behind the second door, painted with horizontal black marks, you are surprised to find a large, delusional man convinced that you are here to murder him. Well, I'm not sure if he is entirely wrong. He stands up and grabs Jarrah, begging for aid. You think about responding, but the man starts coughing uncontrollably, so you shove him away, shut the door, and exit quickly. Okay. Deal 2 unblockable damage to his character and every adjacent character. The second part is a problem, every adjacent character. It's also enemies, but I like playing in a way that I stay stacked up. So 40 fire lungs are pretty bad. We'll have to remove that, but we have the option to rest here right away, so we'll just take advantage of that. We can remove one negative perk per rest, and to do that we need one herb. So this is why the herbs are better saved, not used for direct healing. We really want to remove these negative effects. Rest. There we go, it's gone. Break the camp. Now we are fully rested. Next time we try this, and then we'll finally be heading in the direction of the main quest. But well, for today we are done, so I hope that you liked this episode. I hope that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.